Well, this is what we have going on here today. We've got some hay down that got wet, and Nate's over in this other field tedding. We had some outside windrows here that were already merged. It got rained on, and I went through with the merger, split the windrow, separated them, made two windrows around the outside of these fields. I didn't chop it the other night because these fields here are the ones that have a lot of metal on it in them, and I just didn't want to be all night chopping, dealing with wire and whatnot. Several years ago, not several years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I guess it would have been in fall of 18, I was combining this field here, flying a drone backwards, not this particular drone. But I ended up getting it caught in this tree here, so I didn't realize it until the last second. Started to see branches and everything else. And the next thing you know, the rest was history. So Nate's over in this other field here with a tedder. He's tedding with a 4320 and the Kuhn Tedder. This is a 10-star tedder that we've had for about, we must have had this for, maybe 10-12 years now, and we have run it quite a bit on the 4320. So Nate's going on a little bit of an angle. We have found that that works the best for evenly distributing the windrows of hay. So he's just going back and forth. We're trying to kick some water out of this hay so that we can get on it a little quicker here. We're gonna go over to the Cleverly farm. We've got a 70-acre piece of hay down over there, and we're gonna check that hay. I don't think I'm gonna ted it. I just think we can let that dry out naturally here. We want to kind of jump the gun here a little bit, get something chopped. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to chop around the outside of these fields. If I start picking up wire, it could take several hours. And then once we have that happen, we might roll into an issue where the hay gets too dry on us. So he's going to ted about 40 acres here today. We're going to start merging in a couple hours and to start chopping in 4 hours here. So it's got a little bit of dust rolling. The heavier hay here is soaked all the way through, and then of course what you're seeing for dust is the crispy stuff that's on top here. So I don't know if Nate has spotted the drone yet or not, but this tractor and tedder combination is great. We were thinking about putting the duals on this tractor just so that we weren't marking up the wetter ground, but there's an equal amount of weight up front that I guess you'd have to worry about as well. This tedder did have a bearing gone on it. Jared and Nate got that fixed here yesterday, and I can't remember offhand what the actual distance is on this tedder. It's probably like 32 or 4 feet or something. We'll see if we can get a guesstimation on as to how he comes down through these windrows here. But like I was saying, it is a 10-star tedder, and he can do, well, he's doing a big 3 windrows there. So that is cut with the 34-foot mower. I believe that's what they cut that with. We've got 2 Pottinger triple mowers. One's a 30, that one's 30 feet and the other one's 34. So just fly over him for one more time down through the field, and then we better get over to the other farm there, check that ground. They got a little bit more rain over in Warner's than what we got here, and then we didn't get as much at home as what we got here. We got about 1.5 inches here, about 1 inch at home, and then closer to 2 inches over in Warner's, which is 5-6 miles away from this here. So he's got this field here left to Ted. Then he has a 20-acre field. Well, he's got another 2-acre field in behind him to his well, it's our left. A little 2-acre field there. And I don't know, he's got that bottom one yet too, if I remember right. And then a 20-acre piece across the road. So we've seen this about long enough. We better get it flown back to the truck here. We better make our way over into Warner's and see if we can let that hay lay till we get to it, or if we need to go over there and ted that as well. This is just kicking the water out of it, and it'll dry out a little faster. It usually gains us about a half a day or so. Alright, we better get over and check the hay over to Cleverly's here. Alright, so Nate has just started tedding this piece here, and we had wheat over on this field. In 2019, we actually had both balers in this field. We had the Case IH baler hooked to the 7290. Benny was baling with that. And Jared had the John Deere 100 baler hooked to the 4620, and he was lapping Benny. It was going to rain, and I can't recall if they got that baled before it rained or not, but that 4620 on that 100 baler, Jared was doing like 8 or 9 miles an hour with it to get this bale. That maybe he was only doing 7. Fifth gear would be 7 miles an hour, and sixth gear would be 9, but he was moving right along, baling the straw over here. And if I recall, they did get it baled before. Oh, it rained. I think we had a couple of bales get wet is all. This is like 21 or 23 acres here, and it is somewhat lays flat. Several years ago we had well, there was a bunch of trees that were growing here. My father cleaned all the trees out of here and burned them all, and we had corn on it for a few years, and then we put wheat in on it and ate the fall of 18, and then seeded this down in the summer of 19. So this is the last piece that Nate has to ted here. He'll be another hour and a half or so, and then we'll get the mergers rolling and we'll start chopping. So I was just coming back through from the Cleverly farm here, and I thought I would just kind of check in on Nate to see how he is doing. Now this is a cropland Affatron alfalfa variety that we have growing on this field. It is a herbicide resistant alfalfa, and we have Auburn Ag do a fungicide program on it. What does Nate have? A tree down? He's got something wrong there, because he went out and around something. He must see something in the on the ground here. I probably better check with him to see what he has going on. He stopped for some reason. I hope he's not wanting to take a piss here. No, something fell off. We'll have to check on him here. If he's wanting to take a piss, we're really interrupting him. 3-point hitch arm fall off? What the heck happened? Oh, his PTO came off. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to run over and give him a hand. Whatever happened, you guys seen it. He stopped right in time, so we're going to run over and check on him, see what he's got going on. So that's going to do it for this video. We'll check in with the regular camera with him here in a minute. What you got wrong, Bob? Broken yoke? Cute. Well, I was right there with the drone. I said, oh, he's going around something. Oh, he's got to pick something up. He shut down like, boom, right there. All right, so I think we've got enough tedded here anyways. The sun is kind of gonna have to work on the rest of this, and this drive line is kind of special because it has a radial pin clutch right here, and we really can't put just another drive line on there. This is a CV style end yoke, constant velocity for turning, and we're gonna have to check her out and see if we can find one of them. Nobody carries parts like that, and you kind of really feel sorry for someone that really needs one of these on a daily basis, because they're just gonna say, well, we don't have nothing, and you wait a week. So if you're making dry hay, guess what, you wait a week. Park everything, wait a week. So all right, folks, that is gonna do it for this video. We're gonna get Nate back to the shop. Good thing I stopped in here, isn't it? You know, just kind of screwing around with the drone and getting them action shots, and you know, I mean, you can't make this stuff up, you know. The real asshole part about it would have been if you didn't notice it and you went like the whole length of the field, and nothing's heading, and we're like right in the air, and hey, what's this guy doing? He's like not heading nothing. I wonder if he knows you're down in your phone like this. No, that's a good operator there to stop. So we're gonna get back to the farm. Gotta get a drive line for this. Okay, so we just got off the phone with parts department. We've got that off of there. We had to sacrifice this plastic shroud. We could not get the coupler to release on that radial pin clutch. We popped the snap ring, dropped the balls out of that end there, and we beat on it with a hammer. So we sacrificed this $11 plastic shroud here. But that shaft assembly, which you can't order just the tractor half, although we wouldn't want to do that anyways, because that U-joint on that end will go next week. It's $1,600 for that drive line. It's just a Mickey Mouse drive line, and then that radial pin clutch there is designed for the Tedder. We've been down this road before, and the rakes have a similar shaft, similar length, which we'd be able to rob that and put it on there. But the Tedder actually runs harder than the rake does, and all your clutch is going to do is just slip, so that doesn't work either. So we're going to go ahead and get Nate merging now. The merger's right across the road, and we'll get back to the shop. And that is going to do it for this video.